can go, finally.
Hello again, friends. Welcome back to One Stage at a Time, the podcast where we're playing through a classic video game, one level at a time. This week on the program, we're playing through Donkey Kong Country for the Super Nintendo, and this time we have reached Orang-Utan Gang, the fifth stage of World 3 of Donkey Kong Country. So World 3 is Vine Valley. We're deep into Vine Valley, and this time we've reached quite a stage, quite an interesting stage.
Yeah, this one was pretty wild. No pun intended.
Aaron, do you want to describe Orang-Utan Gang for our listeners?
Orang-Utan Gang is, we're back to the jungle motif, right? We're no longer in the forest. Yes. We're no longer in the temple. Nothing like that.
I know you've been confused in the past about the difference between the jungle and the forest.
I saw the palm trees, or whatever they are. I know that they're...
Well, yeah, these are palm trees.
Yeah.
Not like majestic redwoods.
Right, exactly.
Okay. All right, we're on the same page.
These are. I saw them and I was like, oh, we're back. We're back home.
I'm even more confused about the biome now. The jungle and the forest are literally right next to each other.
I mean, this is it's like the island from Lost. It's magic.
It's just everything.
Just magic. It doesn't
Anything
matter.
can happen.
Yeah, there's smoke monsters somewhere.
There's polar bears.
Yeah. Pretty much. You got vultures and you got crocodiles and you got...
I mean, the next level we go to is going
beavers.
to be a winter level.
I mean, yeah, it's a wild... No, there are no rules. It's chaos. It's completely chaos.
It's just anything goes.
Yeah.
Everything is permitted. Nothing is taboo.
This time the dice rolled out and we're in the jungle. Here we are.
So continue. Tell us about Orang-Utan Gang.
It's in the jungle again. This is like almost, for the majority of it, is on the treetops. Like in previous levels, you could spend a lot of time on the treetops, and I guess not majority, it's probably close to 50-50, but it feels like majority of the time is on treetops. In previous levels, you could get to the treetops and hang out up there and do stuff there. This one, you're mostly on the treetops and you're running across outstretched vines like tightrope, and you encounter a new enemy.
That's right.
Yeah, which he's a tough customer.
Yeah. What did you think of this new enemy, Manky Kong?
Manky Kong was the most Donkey Kong enemy you could possibly have. It's like you're back in the original Donkey Kong game. You got an ape throwing barrels at you.
Yeah. He's the only scion of the Kong clan who's actually taken Cranky's teachings to heart.
Yeah. Yeah, he's betrayed the Kongs though. Like, is he an outcast?
He's a class traitor.
Yeah. What is he sided with the working man?
It's like, have you ever read that quote that's attributed to like Stalin and Mao, where Stalin is like, it's interesting, you came from wealth and luxury and now look where you are. And I came from poverty and now look where I am. And Mao said, yes, we're both class traitors. That's probably not a real quote, but
yeah,
it's
probably
something
not.
People toss around.
It sounds more like a joke, but yeah, no, it's Manky Kong. He could have been with the Kongs and could be ruling the island with an iron fist, but has instead chosen to try and stop Donkey Kong's reign of terror and his mad massacre of the rest of the island.
He's true to his principles.
Yeah, he seems like a good dude.
So Manky Kong is described in the instruction manual as a Kong reject orangutan that knows how to roll out the barrel.
I think that the manual seems like it was written by the Kongs.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. This is official state propaganda.
Exactly. They're trying to paint a picture that, the history books are written by the victors.
Yeah.
And it's not to be trusted.
So, what were your impressions of this level? How would you rate this stage?
It's, what are we, like 10 bananas?
Yeah, out of 10 bananas.
10 bananas, I'd give it a solid 7 bananas. It was a lot of fun, and you got you ran into your bird, Expresso.
That's right.
Which was a lot of fun. You get him for a little bit, and it was pretty challenging. It was pretty challenging. Manky he's like I said, he's a tough customer. He hurled those barrels with wild abandon.
He's out for blood.
Yeah.
Did you notice that he actually changes direction?
No.
If you jump over him, he'll switch direction and continue to hurl barrels at you.
I didn't notice that. He's a smart one.
Yeah, he's got good AI.
Yeah. This way or that way.
I like that they roll down ramps like in the original first level of Donkey Kong for the arcade.
Yeah, sure. Like, yeah. And What was I going to say? I lost it. I liked how this level.
Search me, man.
It wasn't about Manky Kong. That's why it was thrown. This level, as you demonstrated, had an unprecedented number of secret areas.
Truly a staggering number.
Did I get to any of them? I don't think
No, you didn't get any of them.
Any of them. Yeah.
So for the listeners out there are 5 bonus areas in this stage.
5 bonus areas.
5.
Madness.
You might call that an Orang-Utan Bang.
Would you?
I don't know. I think I read that in the guide or something.
I'm trying to think of a pun off of the number 5, but nothing's coming to me. So
maybe we should cut this riff.
I guess I didn't have to mention it. But yeah,
abort.
No, it's fine. 5 bonus levels. That's crazy.
Yeah, there's not that many in any stage. It's by far the most. I think most stages have 2 or 3 if they have any. A few might have 1 or 4, but this is definitely the only one with 5.
And the amount of effort it took to get to a couple of those.
They're very well hidden.
Yeah. It's like, you get that exclamation point. So I guess it's all worth it.
We got it. Yeah, we got it, folks.
Me, I was like, that's the sort of stuff like I wouldn't think to look and if after I saw it, I would be like, get out of here with that. I don't need that nonsense, but for the achievement hunters.
That's right. To get to get them, you have to go about halfway through the stage and get Expresso. And then you have to go back to about the beginning of the stage and wait. So most of the stage takes place on treetops that are connected by ramps. And then there's various islands in between them. So you have to go back to the first island and then fly under the first treetop section. And there's a bonus stage right under the start of the stage that you can only get to by making an epic leap of faith with Expresso.
Yeah.
And that bonus stage is kind of interesting because it consists of spelling out the names of all the different animal friends one by one. Yeah, which is a mechanic we have seen before in this game, but never all of the friends in a row. And you get coordinate animal token for each one that you do.
Which is a good reward.
It's a good reward.
Really good reward. Some would say it's worth the trouble. I'm not amongst them.
Well, it's not too hard to access if you know where it is.
Yeah. That's the real kicker. So many of these secrets in Donkey Kong Country, if you don't know they're there, it would be extremely unlikely that you'd stumble across them.
Yeah. A lot are telegraphed in some way, like an arrow of bananas pointing the way or a conspicuous wall with a barrel nearby. But the ones in this stage, there's no way without a guide.
No, I would have never thought to do half the things. I wouldn't have thought to do any of the things that you did.
So the second bonus area is a similar thing. You have to go under part of the stage after the letter N. You fly under with Expresso, or you can actually roll jump with Diddy over a very long series of platforms, like long gaps. And there's a couple of really long gaps you have to clear. I failed trying to do it with Diddy.
You tried to do it one time because you lost Expresso.
Yeah. It is possible, but you got to hit it perfectly. But with Expresso, it's not too bad. So that's the second one. And then the third one is towards the end of the stage, like the last, up and down tree ramp area with Manky Kong. You go under it, you take a barrel and you go under it, and there's a bunch of platforms down there, and you bust through a wall, and then you do the same thing again, but it's a different wall, and that's how you get the fourth one. And then you take the same barrel and then you carry it past the Manky Kong section, and then right at the end of the stage, there's another wall that you bust with the same barrel. So 3 walls you bust with the same barrel.
I know some of the viewers might have noticed that my eyes sort of glossed over a little bit there. It's like I would never. Oh my god.
Yeah. So 5 bonus stages in this level.
Yeah, crazy. And you nailed them.
Man. They really got nutty with it on this stage.
They're having fun. They're like, we're gonna introduce Traitor Kong.
Traitor.
Traitor. And we're gonna have 5 bonus areas, and we're gonna have Expresso, and it's gonna be in the Roly Metal Barrel.
Yes,
the Roly Metal Barrel.
Oh yeah, we should talk about that. You could kind of do it before in a couple places.
I know that I feel like it showed up in the one of the mine or the cave levels.
There's
or
one in the
something.
very first stage.
Yeah.
If you like hit a dirt pile on the ground, I think. But this is the first time we really get to see its true purpose.
Yeah.
If you ricochet it off a wall right at the start, you can then jump on it and ride it. Where they're like walking on top of it to stay on top of it, just as an animation. You don't have to input anything, but then you ride it for a good long way, like almost like half the stage you can ride it.
Yeah, you can ride it. And you find this barrel in the beginning by you spawn and then you go back a little bit.
Right.
What you always do, you go backwards first.
Yeah, like in Ready Player One.
That's right. We won't get into that.
And there's a buzzy boy.
There's a buzzy boy hanging out, circling above the barrel, and you got to time it to get it. And at first I was like, oh, I get this barrel, I kill the buzzy boy, and there's a secret up there. And there wasn't. And so I'd wasted my barrel.
It was a waste.
Yeah, but Andy was like, no, man, throw it at the wall. And so I threw it above the tree. Yeah. Because I was like, maybe there's an invisible wall, and there wasn't a wall. And
there wasn't a wall.
You wasted your barrel again.
Like, that's not a wall. That's nothing.
That's nothing. You run into it and it stops you. Well, that's what walls do. But so then I did it right, and I threw it against the slightly elevated tree and rolled. And it was lovely. It was
yeah, it's an exciting and exhilarating time.
Yeah, it's right. Yeah, it's like a carriage ride through the park. It's
but without the horse abuse.
Without the horse abuse, and you kill a couple crocodiles.
So no warps in this area. Nothing special. You're going to have to play it. Even if you're not hunting for those bonus areas. Would you say this is a pretty difficult stage?
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Especially with Manky Kong and they're harassing you with those barrels. That was definitely challenging.
Easier or harder with Expresso?
I didn't play enough with this Expresso to say.
You lost him pretty quick.
I lost him pretty quick, as I seem to do with this Expresso. So I would say that it probably is easier with Expresso, but I am bad with him, so I wouldn't know.
If you know how to use him, he makes it a little easier.
Yeah.
But he's a very technical horse. He goes so fast, and he everything kills him. Everything kills him.
He's kind of a glass cannon.
He's got no offense whatsoever. Supposedly he can walk over short enemies like claptraps, but that doesn't always work, as we learned in this stage.
Yeah.
And if you get hit while on him, he just freaks out and runs away and falls into a pit and dies.
And he's so fast, it's almost impossible to catch him.
Yeah, he's really fast.
Yeah, he's not. I mean, Yoshi's quick, but
yeah.
Expresso, whoa.
Yeah, Expresso leaves him in the dust.
Yeah, he does.
And as we learned, Diddy it makes Expresso go faster because he doesn't weigh as much.
Your own experiments have taught us this.
So Orang-Utan Gang. Oh, we should also say that this has another sunset level. It starts in daytime and the sun sets.
Yeah. This one's more gradual, though. I feel like that
a little bit.
But then before the other one was sudden at the end. This one's through the level a little more. Yeah,
it's more towards like the beginning, middle part of the level. Whereas the first time this happened in Jungle Hijinks, it's just right at the end.
Yep.
And it transitions into a nighttime level, which this one doesn't really.
I haven't seen the next level.
Okay, well, it's an underwater level.
Well, it might be night.
That's true. It could be night. We don't know. But so that's cool. Again, strange that we're sharing a biome with a forest that we were just in. Now we're in the jungle.
Yeah,
David Attenborough would be deeply concerned by what's happening here. He's like a huge climate activist.
Yeah.
It should make sense when you've watched as much nature videos as he has.
Exactly. He's seeing all of his beloved animals die. And
well, the world is dying, folks.
like Bill Nye says, the world is on fire.
Literally, California is still burning.
I think it might have gone out.
It might have gone out.
I think they got a little bit of rain.
Because it all burned up.
Yeah. You're in our thoughts, California.
Yeah. Stay frosty, California.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it makes sense that he's a climate activist and it would shock me if it was otherwise.
if he just like hated climate and was a climate denier and hated nature like Werner Herzog.
Drives an SUV and does Werner Herzog hate nature?
Well, he says he says like nature is cruel murder. It's nothing but obscenity. But I love nature. But this is in spite of my better judgment.
I mean, I gotta say he's not wrong. Nature it's harsh.
Yeah.
It's harsh. Denise was saying she doesn't watch animal deaths. I'm like, but that's nature. Nature's
that's it, baby.
Like, she's like, I love documentaries about animals. I'm like, well, that's all animal documentaries are. They're eating each other.
Just crews of cameramen not intervening as cute animals are murdered.
Oh man, I've read some stories about like photographers getting the shot of like this, like of animals just destroying each other, and they're like, you wanted to help, but you can't. Anyways, that's way off here. We're in the weeds here. But like, if I were a photographer on Congo Island, I've taken these poor Kremlings to picture us.
And then they'd be like harassing you and like taking the film out of your camera, like at the beginning of The Godfather when Sonny like takes the guy's camera and smashes it because they're taking pictures at the wedding.
You're saying that Diddy Kong would come over and take it and smash it?
Yeah. Slap him around a little bit. Are you guys with the FBI? Get out of here. Going around writing down license plates of everyone who's at the wedding.
I love it.
Yeah, Cranky would be Vito in this scenario.
Yeah, he absolutely would. He'd be the Godfather, the Kongfather.
DK would be Sonny.
Mm-hmm.
Diddy would be Michael.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Candy would be Kay, or maybe Connie.
It's hard to say who Candy Kong would be.
Funky would be Fredo, though, for sure.
Oh no, I was gonna say that Funky would be what's his face? Who's the adopted one?
Tom Hagen.
Yeah, I'd say he was gonna be.
Okay, Funky's Tom Hagen. All right, maybe Swanky Kong is Fredo.
Maybe
we won't meet Swanky till the next game, though.
or we could go all the way to 64 and start assigning those names.
Yeah,
Lanky Kong maybe is Fredo.
Lanky Kong is Fredo. I see Lanky Kong as more of like an Abe Vigoda figure.
Okay,
or maybe Clemenza.
I don't wait. Which one's Clemenza?
Clemenza's the fat one.
Okay,
yeah, who teaches Michael?
Wouldn't he be Chunky Kong?
Oh yeah, Chunky Kong would be Clemenza. So Lanky is Sal Tessio.
Obviously, it'd be Big the Cat would be him. So.
Big the Cat. Hey, Michael, come here. I'm going to show you how to make spaghetti. First, you put in the veal, then you put in the meatballs, then you put in the sausage. Every mobster movie has to have a scene where they're cooking.
We're gonna have to go through movies now and just assign. We're gonna cast other movies with the Donkey Kong crew.
That's gonna be the whole rest of this podcast.
It's gonna be a new segment. Yeah, every time.
Donkey Kong. In my day, we didn't have these 3D graphics.
So, was there anything else we needed to say about Orang-Utan Gang?
Just that this is the destination for the map warp cheat.
Oh, yeah. We talked about that in a couple episodes now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've mentioned it. But there's a glitch called the map warp that's performed by pressing any input at the exact right frame whenever on the map screen the DKs hit a bend in the dotted line. There's like a sharp angular bend, and that the corner of that bend counts as a node. So if you like press any input right at that time, it's like a one frame trick, but it'll warp you to Orang-Utan Gang. And even in speed runs, they will go back to World 1 with Funky and hit that trick because doing it is faster than beating Orang-Utan Gang the normal way. Because the point it puts you into the stage is far enough into it that it's faster to do the map warp than it would be to just play the stage naturally.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
It's super interesting.
Huh. Those speedrunners.
Yeah. Right?
I'm in awe I'm in awe of them in many different ways. Like
so that's a little miniature Run DKC recap for y'all.
Thank you, Jared.
Yes, thank you, Jared. The other reason you would do that is if you were doing a 100% completion run, you would do that just to finish the stage quickly so that you get the bonus areas and then start select out without actually finishing the stage. You see what I'm saying? Because like after you beat a stage once, you can pause and press select to quit out of the stage, but record any progress you've done.
Okay.
So if you do the map warp, you finish the stage quickly. Then when you go back for the bonus areas, you can start select out and save a lot of time instead of like playing the stage naturally to the end.
Okay. I got you. I got you. Trixie.
Some tricksy stuff there.
Trixie
hobbitses. Okay. Well, how are we doing on time there, Aaron?
We're probably fine. I'm not gonna lie, I did not mark down the time we started.
Aaron, how would you like to visit the lore corner?
I would love to visit the lore corner, please.
We haven't been to the lore corner in a while.
I was gonna say I missed the lore corner. Hit me up with it.
Well, we're going to the lore corner today, folks. Today, I want to dig deeper into Manky Kong, the class traitor Kong.
Oh my gosh.
So Manky Kong is an orangutan, right?
Right.
Let's look at his picture here, folks. He is indeed an orangutan.
He's a vicious looking one.
He looks kind of like a Cro-Magnon man. He's got like a huge forehead.
Mm-hmm. He's got
and like a pronounced jaw.
Yeah.
And a lot of missing teeth.
Yeah.
he has kind of a sinister look to him.
Yeah.
But don't judge a book by its cover.
I was going to say, it feels like he's just ostracized by the Donkey Kong crew.
Yeah.
Because of the way he looks.
Because of his poor dental hygiene.
Yeah, he's hurt is what he is.
Look, we've not lived his life. We don't know what he's been through.
Nope.
So Manky Kong is an interesting character. He only appears in this game.
Mm-hmm.
He not just this level though. There's at least 1 or 2 more stages that he appears in.
Okay.
But this is the only game he's ever appeared in.
Bring him back.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't bring him back. I feel like I don't have any confirmation for this, but I feel like Nintendo might have felt uncomfortable with there being like an evil Kong character.
Yeah. Which is ironic considering how Donkey Kong started.
Yeah, Donkey Kong is evil.
Yeah.
Canonically evil.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so Manky Kong is an orangutan, but of course there's another orangutan in the Donkey Kong canon, and that would be Lanky Kong.
Who we just brought up.
Fredo. From DK64. I'm not like everyone says about me, Donkey Kong. I'm smart.
I just got stretchy arms.
Actually, Lanky talks like with a really high-pitched voice.
Does he?
He's like, woohoo!
That's right. Yeah, I remember he does this like jump with his hands or something. Or
I'm smart, Donkey Kong. I'm smart.
He walks on his hands, right?
Yeah, he does the orange stand where he walks on his hands.
Yeah.
And according to the DK rap, he has no style. He has no grace. But this Kong has a funny face. So Lanky Kong could possibly be a relation to Manky Kong.
Quite possibly. The only ones we've seen. It would make sense.
It also raises another question about what the Kong clan is, because we've got apes, gorillas, chimps, orangutans. Monkeys, yeah. Oh, yeah, because Diddy's, I said chimp, but Diddy's a monkey.
Yeah.
There may be chimps. I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
I always said Diddy was a chimp until you corrected me.
Yeah.
You're our resident zoologist.
I'm a big fan of correcting people when they say that great apes are monkeys.
Welcome back to Pedantry Corner.
But I mean, like I would say that the Kongs are they're like a political party.
Okay.
But then I guess Manky Kong wouldn't be called Kong anymore.
It's like the Amish where they all just have the same last name.
Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, it is a good question because it's like Diddy Kong. Yeah, they're all different species of primates. Maybe on that island it's just primates. Primates are called Kongs. Mm-hmm.
It's like they're all in like a union together or something, or it's like a coalition,
it's a genus or something,
like a political block.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, maybe,
or it's a title,
maybe
like Darth.
Maybe that's.
And you have to earn it.
Yeah, that's just why. Wrinkly Kong isn't around anymore. Then Cranky Kong killed her to become the master.
Oh my god! Wrinkly Kong, of course, Cranky's wife, who's introduced in DKC 2.
Yes,
but is dead by the events of DKC 64.
Yes. I thought that she was a ghost already. Wasn't she a ghost from the get-go? I thought she was introduced as a ghost.
No.
Oh.
No, she's a school teacher in DKC 2.
Oh.
And then she has a cave in DKC 3.
Okay.
And then in 64, she's a ghost.
It's dark.
So she's died, apparently.
He has something. Jeez.
Cranky could have murdered her. We don't know.
There hasn't been a proper investigation. That's just more hijinks.
It's like Epstein. They never investigated. They knew the whole time, but they covered it up.
Hashtag Wrinkly didn't kill herself.
Yep. That's it, folks.
But yeah, no, I mean, like it's never been clarified by Nintendo, right?
Right.
Like what Kong means.
That's correct.
It's just they stole it from King Kong.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. And we
ourselves. According to the Universal v Nintendo lawsuit. They did not steal it.
Oh, that's right. Well, no, was their defense was they didn't steal it?
Their defense was you can't steal it because no one owns it.
Right.
And they were right.
Right. Yes. Okay.
And Universal took a bath.
Yeah. But I mean, like, they openly are like, yeah, we took it from King Kong, but it was up for grabs.
Pretty much. Yeah. I mean, they said they took the name Kong from King Kong, but they argued that Donkey Kong was in other ways entirely dissimilar to King Kong.
Mm-hmm. And they weren't wrong.
Yeah, they weren't wrong.
Yeah. Was there more to Manky Kong that you wanted to talk about?
There's not that much more about Manky Kong, actually.
I was like, I feel like we started with Manky Kong and we just sort of went, oh, dude, what we do, and we wound up over here.
Which is the fun part. That's what you all tune in for, listeners.
Yeah, I'm also genuinely curious about if there's more about Manky Kong. We've only seen him in this game. We will only see him in this game.
It's true. He's an enigma.
Yeah.
All we really have to go on is his name, Kong, the instruction manual, which says he's a reject from the Kong clan. And then we have his possible association with Lanky Kong as an orangutan. Beyond that, all we have is wild conjecture and speculation.
Yeah. And there is only one Manky Kong, right? Like, he's not like the Kremlings where there's a bunch of them and stuff.
Well, we see him multiple times in this stage.
Right, but never more than one on the same screen.
That's true, yeah.
So he falls off the tree and he runs and he gets real angry.
He runs really fast.
Some more.
I believe that.
He has lives just like we do. He's got the rage and he's got the motivation.
That makes sense to me.
It's my headcanon now.
So, listeners, write into us with your theories on Manky Kong.
Yeah.
What his relation to the rest of the Kongs could be. Is he a class traitor? Maybe. It seems probable that he is.
Maybe he's out for vengeance. Maybe he was wronged by the Kongs.
It would still make him a class traitor, right?
I guess. I don't know. Maybe if he's just if they exiled him, if they didn't like how just the way he looked, is he a traitor if they make him the enemy?
I guess if they kicked him out. Then he's not a traitor.
Yeah, they made an enemy of him. He wasn't a traitor.
Did Michael make an enemy of Fredo by marginalizing him in the business? Slapping him around. Fredo ran straight to Cuba, got in bed with what was that guy's name? Hyman Roth.
Okay.
in Godfather Part 2.
Yeah, I don't. I believe you. I don't remember.
Yeah,
that.
Yeah, he was like.
I remember. I don't remember the character's name. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, well, it was Hyman Roth.
Okay. Well, you know what? There is the argument to be made. I mean, like he was. I would say that. Fredo betrayed Michael because he was still part of the family, but he was treated badly. That's different from being kicked out of the family, in which case he wouldn't be a traitor anymore. They would have made him an official enemy. Yeah, they would have executed him. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that Fredo's actions weren't justified, though. Because everybody needs to remember, Michael Corleone is the bad guy. He's the bad guy. Yeah. So it's like he's a Fredo, but at the same time, Fredo was at the end there. His motivations weren't pure, but he was on the side of the angels. At least in part 2, Michael's definitely the bad guy. Yeah. Yeah, and in part 1, the great movies. Welcome to the Godfather podcast. Yeah. I love the Godfather. They're the good movies. Part 1 is good. Part 2, I'm not as big on. No? Yeah, I think it doesn't make sense. The plot doesn't make any sense. And Michael is just like a weird jerk who yells at everybody. What about the Vito parts? The Vito parts are good. Okay. Yeah, I like those parts. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, if it was just that, it would be awesome. De Niro, you can't go wrong. Well, is there anything else to be said about Orang-Utan Gang? I think we've plumbed the depths of Orang-Utan Gang. I think we have as well, and but I am curious to know more about Manky Kong. Nintendo, bring back Manky Kong. Bring back Manky. We miss him. We love him. What happened to Manky? What black site are you keeping Manky at? She's like Joan from Stranger Things. Bring her. What happened to him? They just pull him out and waterboard him every 6 months. Oh no! And put him back in the hole. Manky, no, not Manky. Well, thank you for watching, everybody. Thank you for listening. Go to onestageatatime.com for all of our things and check it all out. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. We got an email, onestagepod@gmail.com. Let us know what you think. If you're listening to the audio podcast, check out the video podcast. It's brand new. It's going to be the fifth episode of we're putting up to watch.
Fifth.
So go check it out. And if you're watching right now, thank you for watching. Share with your friends.
Thanks, folks.
All right.
Aaron, give us that sign off.
All right, everybody. Save and continue.